And now, around the world and around the corner, it's the David Bowers Awards, bringing the best in indie music to millions of listeners worldwide with your host, the David Bowers. We've got a fantastic lineup of guests, as well as our engineer extraordinaire, Nick the Geek, our entire crew here at the Asylum, and me. I'm Jon Bon Jovi. And now, here's the voice of indie music, the David Bowers.
Thank you very much, Jon Bon Jovi. That's the legendary Jon Bon Jovi, folks. Thank you, everyone, for joining us for another round of the David Bowers Awards from around the world and around the corner, wherever you are. We're glad to have you with us here today, where it's all about the music and the people who make it. I want to say hello to you, our listeners, and especially our listeners in Rochester, New York, who listen to us through the facilities of WRFZ FM 106.3, Rochester Free Radio. Also, Mary Perry of Rochester, New York, who's an accredited disability representative and underwrites the David Bowers Awards on WRFZ FM. We're so happy to have you like us so much that you help carry the show on our Rochester FM affiliate. And we've got a lot of music, a lot of things to do. So we're going to get right to it right now with our first band, a Nashville-based roots rock band, originally formed during a recording project in rural Arkansas back in 2014. And they say they were forged out of analog vibes and good times, that they have a sound somewhere between Dr. Dog, Joe Cocker, and Kings of Leon. With a combination of soul music, blues, garage rock, and bourbon, Forest Fire Gospel Choir is their name. They're here to make love to your ear holes. Ladies and gentlemen, Forest Fire Gospel Choir.
He's a go-getter, living secondhand. He's got a sleeping bag inside a minivan and drives around and around and around, trying to find his place. Yeah, he ain't getting much ahead in the human race. She's a smooth talker, yeah, she ain't bad. She keeps her stolen goods inside a battle flag she used to wave on high above a painted face. Oh yeah, yeah, she ain't getting much ahead in the human race. 'Cause when the sun sets on your shoulder, even though you swore it's never going down, and when the nights are getting colder, and you're burning whatever is around, it's time to reach on out and go get her. Yeah, when he first met her, she was on the lam. She buttoned up her coat to hide her blood-stained hands, 'cause in his eyes she saw a saving grace. Oh yeah, now they don't give a damn about the human race. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Hey kids, this is the legendary Jon Bon Jovi, and I just want to remind you, you're listening to the David Bowers Awards.
They call themselves the Forest Fire Gospel Choir. Good sound. Our first award winners on this week's The David Bowers Awards. What you think, Jon Bon Jovi?
No, I like that. Nice song. You know, I'm trying to think of the styles, and I can't really come up with any one particular.
It is,
but you know, to me, it's kind of like you got that slow drawl of New Orleans, and then like a fullness surfer kind of sound out of Central California. It's a nice blending. It really is.
It is. It's really an original sound. I liked them when I heard them. And inside to all our listeners, we have actually tried to get that tune on here for the last couple of weeks, and we've just had so much going on that we haven't been able to do it. But I wanted to get it on so you, our listeners, could hear and see what you think. Because if you like them, we'd like to get them here on the show, and we'd be happy to go try. Because this is the show where all of our guests are award winners, and all of the shows are award shows, because we decided when we created the David Bowers Awards that there are so many award shows, we'd make every show an award show. So there you have it, our first award winners of this week. The Forest Fire Gospel Choir out of Nashville, Tennessee, or at least currently operating out of Nashville. I also want to shout out to Steve Litbeck, whose show Rock and Roll Rumble follows ours on Rochester Free Radio every Saturday. We're on at noon Eastern Time back there in Rochester, and his show follows immediately at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. So check him out. He's a dedicated Link Ray fan. He has his own band up in the Rochester, New York area, and also his show on Rochester Free Radio, which plays a lot of interesting music, and I can promise you it won't be the same stuff you hear every day on commercial radio. Be sure and check him out. And if you have a band, or you are an artist, or know some musician who deserves a chance to be on the David Bowers Awards, or at least have his music heard, drop us a line. Send the artist name and a little information as to why you think they deserve a shot. Also a link to their music if you have it. And email david@thedavidbowers.com. We'll take a listen, check it out, and see. Maybe we'll get your act, or your friend's act, or whoever you recommend. Maybe we'll get their music on the show, or possibly even have them come on as guests. We've got a couple of fun guests coming up today I know you're going to enjoy. We have another group, as a matter of fact, out of Nashville, and a lot of people don't realize there's more than country music in Nashville. And this group, The Brevet, is going to bring you some of their kind of music out of Nashville. And then we're going to have we have so much fun when we have the ladies on the show that we decided this week we'd have two ladies on the show. We have the 2Steel girls will be joining us shortly. And Jon Bon Jovi, you're sitting there very quiet this week. What have you got to contribute to our session here today?
A little bit of hacking, wheezing, cold getting over.
That doesn't sound like fun.
Oh, no, yeah, it was a regular riot, I got to tell you. And I almost didn't make it. I was going to try to take the night off. I gave a call to my buddy Clem Dawson, a country disc jockey, a very legendary disc jockey. And yes. But he couldn't make it. He had a family picnic that he had to go to.
A nighttime family picnic. Oh, yeah, Clem would do something like that. Yes, I could see him out there
because
burning the midnight oil at a picnic. Yeah, I didn't know he even had a family.
They try to disown him as much as they possibly can, but he's like a fungus. He keeps popping up out of the grass.
There's a fungus among us. Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Well, thankfully you made it. Give our regards to Clem and tell him not to bother coming around here right away, because we've got some more awards to hand out. And here's our first award on the David Bowers Awards this week. Oh, I just love those combs. Our first award this week goes to previous The David Bowers Award winners on a couple of occasions, and hopefully they'll be joining us again here very soon, because David and Howard, the Bellamy Brothers, have just got a lot going on right now. They have got a lot going for them. They've got a new show that has premiered and runs on Sunday evenings on RFD Network, the Cowboy Network. It's on at 8:30 Eastern Time. It's called, let me see here, Honky Tonk Ranch, okay? And you get a lot of good Bellamy Brothers music and a lot of other fun with their guests on their show on the RFD Network. Check your cable company and see if you have RFD. If so, Sunday nights, Cowboy Network. Find the Bellamy Brothers Honky Tonk Ranch. And also, they have their new biography is out. And let me tell you, Let Your Love Flow, The Life and Times of the Bellamy Brothers, is a heck of a read. You got to check it out. I mean, it does have pictures, so Jon Bon Jovi, you would enjoy it too. There's a whole section of pictures, and but hey, there's a lot of good stuff in there. There's some great stories of the history and literally the life and times of Howard and David, the Bellamy Brothers. Check out their book because you're going to enjoy it, especially if you're a Bellamy Brothers fan. I mean, it's a must-have for a Bellamy Brothers fan. Anybody else that's interested in music history in the last, good grief, they've been around a while. They've been around since, early to mid-'70s. So they've been out, they've got some history of their own there. Be sure and get out and check it out. The Let Your Love Flow, The Life and Times of the Bellamy Brothers, and it's available online all over the place. I think it's on Amazon. I know you can go to the Bellamy Brothers website, and they'll have all the instructions on how you can get your copy of it, and you might even be able to get an autographed copy if you handle it correctly. I don't know if they have the autographed copies available online or not. I know they'd be more than happy to get it at their show if you have a copy and take it the next time you see them. Yes, John.
Didn't we play the Bellamys when we worked together at WQYK in Tampa?
Yeah.
That was early 70s.
Well, yeah, let's see. I'm just trying to think.
It was like 72, 73.
74, I know. So I joined WQYK in I think it was January of 74. So it was at least 74. I don't have the date.
And I came on QYK not too long after you did. So yeah, okay, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, it was 1974. So
they crossed over too. I remember them hitting the pop charts and the country charts because you were playing them at Q105 and I was playing them at WSUN.
Yeah, it was that was a monster song. It's a true Americana music classic, whether it's country, rock, or whatever you want to call it, because Q105 was nothing but a total rocker. For a while, we were number one FM rock in the nation. So the Bellamy's got played country, rock, pop, all of it. It was definite crossover. Monster record. Monster. It's interesting story. I don't want to give away too much out of the book because I don't even know yet. I haven't had a chance to read it. I don't know if the story is in there or not, but there's an interesting